Hello, first grade. I hope that you're doing well and excited for the weekend that's coming up. Today we're going to be on lesson 131 and we are going to review. We're going to review consonant digraphs. So this is what your sheet should look like for today. Remember that we are going to skip numbers 1 through 17 and we're just going to go straight for the coding. So let's review just real quick what a digraph is. We've been learning about digraphs since the beginning of the year. And so sometimes we forget things and we're just such in a habit that we just do it. But we might forget what a digraph is. And that's okay because that's why we review. We review so that way it stays fresh in our mind and that we can tell others what a digraph is. So we know digraphs are when two letters come together to make one sound, right? Now, who can remind me and tell me what two types of digraphs that there are that we've learned about? Hopefully, you said vowel digraphs and consonant digraphs. And today we're going to focus mainly just on the consonant digraphs. And remember, a consonant digraph is when two consonants come together to make one different sound. So, let's go ahead and review just a few. I've written them on the board. Let's review what those sounds are, and then I want to see if you remember without the cards what the keyword picture was on our cards. So, for example, let me pull one here. If we were talking about diphthongs, and I would say oi says oi like, and then I wanted you to remember toy. Okay, so we don't have the cards and I'm not going to pull them down, but I want you just to see if you remember the keyword pictures. So let's go ahead and get started just for some fun, right? So we have some consonant digraphs up on the board that we're going to do together. And first, let's just review by saying the sounds, okay? So we have CK and it says K, TH and it can say F, or remember, that's the one with the two different sounds. We got NG that says ng, SH that says sh, CH that says ch, ch, PH that says f, GN and it says KN says and WR says So, let's do a little game right now, and I want you to shout them out wherever you are. Let's see if you remember. Let me move this over. If you remember what the keyword picture was for these consonant digraphs. Are you ready? So, CK says k, like. Hopefully you said duck. So, I'm going to write the words in black because that was the keyword picture. TH says like, hopefully you said thimble, and hopefully you're shouting at me right now and you're saying, wait, there's one more sound, because there is. TH can also say like feather, so I'm going to write feather. NG can say like ring. SH can say sh, like shark. Make sure you're saying them out loud with me. CH can say ch, like cheese. I'm pausing, so hopefully giving you a second to say it. PH, remember, it doesn't say p. We don't hear that. Makes a new sound, and it says f, like phone. And then since I wrote these a little small, I'm going to write the word underneath, okay? So GN says like gnat. Remember those things that kind of aggravate us when we're outside and we're shooing them away, the little gnats? KN says like knot. Try and visualize how our picture cards would be hanging up on the wall during phonics. WR says like wreath. Great. Good job. I think you can remember. And now that we're doing it, I'm sure you can visualize the cards hanging up on the wall, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about what we do. How do we code consonant digraphs when we see them? You've been doing it ever since we've started it, right? So remember that we underline the digraph to help remind us that it's a digraph, right? So the CK, what position do you hear that in the word duck? The final position. I'm just going to underline it. Now, I'm not coding the words. Today, I'm just going to underline just to help remind us where our digraphs are, okay? For the TH digraph, where do you hear the digraph in this word? Thimble. Is it in the initial, medial, or final position? Initial at the beginning, right? Right here at the beginning. Let's try the other sound that it makes. Feather. What sound do you hear that sound? What position? The initial, medial, or final position? Right, the medial, the middle. Let me get a different color. This isn't doing so well for me. There we go. Okay. Let's move on to NG. Ring. Where do you hear that ng sound? In the initial, medial, or final? In the final position. Let's move to the sh. What position do you hear the sound sh in the word shark? Shark. Initial, medial, or final? Initial. Let's move to the digraph ch, like cheese. What position do you hear the sound ch in cheese? The initial, medial, or final? Initial. So I'm going to underline it. Remember, we always underline our digraphs. All right, let's do the next one. Digraph PH. What sound do you hear, or what position do you hear this sound in the word phone? Initial, medial, or final? Initial. So I'm going to underline it. The word gnat. Gnat. What position do you hear the sound in the initial, in the beginning? What about the digraph KN? Do you hear the sound in the initial, medial, or final position? Good. The initial. And then the last one, digraph WR, says like wreath. And so we hear the sound in the initial, medial, or final position. And the initial in the beginning. Good. So hopefully, as you're going through and you're reviewing your digraphs today on your paper, like this, just to remind you that digraphs are when two letters come together to make a new sound. So as you're coding yours today, I want you to remember to underline your digraphs, your consonant digraphs. Notice those in these words. But I want you to code all of your words. So up here, I just underlined just the digraphs because that's what I wanted you to focus on. But on your paper, I want you to code all of the words. All right? Have some fun reviewing this. This should be fairly easy for you since we've been doing it all year long. So I hope that this clicks back in your head like, oh yeah, I remember that. We did that at the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, because we've been doing it all year long. So hopefully this will not take you long and it is fresh on your mind. All right. I'll see you later and have a great weekend, guys. All right. Bye-bye.